What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Manchester City preview here on Anfield Agenda. The games keep coming thick and fast, and this Sunday at 4:30, the Reds taking on City at the Etihad in another must-win game for Arne Slot and the boys. Over the course of this video, I'm going to go through and give you my thoughts ahead of the game, my starting 11 prediction, and of course my score prediction. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course we would love you to hit that subscribe button. As I mentioned, it is a 4:30 kickoff for this one, which means that we'll be live from 3:15 on Sunday for our watch along to take you through the game. Of course, we'll have our match reaction and our player ratings video as well, and we'll probably have a live stream or a news video later on Sunday evening. You're going to be watching this on Saturday, which will be my day off, so I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. And again, don't forget 3:15 for that. So let's get stuck into it, because there's a lot to get through, and we'll start, as we always like to do in these previews, with a bit of a fact file and some recent form for our opponents. So Manchester City have lost just one of their last 15 Premier League home games against Liverpool, winning 8 and drawing 6, going down 4-1 in November 2015. Following their 2-0 win at Anfield in December, Liverpool are looking to complete the Premier League double over Manchester City for just the third time, previously in 05-06 and in 15-16. Since Christmas, only Liverpool and Arsenal have won more points in the Premier League than Manchester City, who have put up 17 points, winning 5, drawing 2 and losing 1. Next up, we'll have a look at some of the head-to-heads of Manchester City's form. So, in the head-to-heads, Premier League 24-25, of course, to finish Liverpool 2, Manchester City 0. Last season in the Prem, it was, well, a couple of 1-1 draws home and away. The recent form, Manchester City, working from bottom up. It was Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1 in the Premier League. The Gunners absolutely putting them to the sword there. Then Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 2 in the FA Cup. In the Champions League, of course, it was Manchester City 2, Real Madrid 3. And then Manchester City absolutely hammered Newcastle by 4-0 before getting beaten 3-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu in the Champions League to knock them out. So that's our opponent's form and our recent history against them. But what about Arne Slot? What has he got available to him? Well, actually, I should probably start off with Guardiola. We know that Haaland is a doubt for the game. Stones is also ruled out of it. Grealish has been working his way back from injury, and by the way, it looks like he's going to be sold in the summer. Oscar Bob ruled out for Manchester City as well, and I think Akanji, if my memory is correct. So Pep Guardiola has his own selection headaches. For Arne Slot, well, we know that Conor Bradley won't be available for this game. We still don't fully know the extent of Conor's injury, and the manager also confirmed that Joe Gomez has gone under surgery for his hamstring, and he's going to be out for, well, a long time, according to the manager. Other than that, though, Liverpool have a fairly fit squad to go into this one, but the big question is going to be around rotation, isn't it? Will the manager change midfield, and what am I thinking about it? Well, I'm going to tell you my thoughts right now. So let's get stuck in and go through and start off with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. Again, Alisson, Kanade and Virgil. I don't really see much change here, to be honest, folks. I've said this a few times and a lot of people have agreed. I'm starting to feel a little bit less assured with Ali at the back. Not to say he's fallen off a cliff or anything form-wise. I just wanted to be a little bit more commanding in that penalty area. Ibrahim Kanade and Virgil van Dijk, I would expect to start in the centre-back positions. Maybe he rolls the dice and plays Jarell Kwanzaa, but I'd be more likely to see that, I think, against Newcastle than away against Manchester City. So that's the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. In the full-back positions, well, we know it's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold at right-back. But on the left side, I'm sticking with Andy Robertson. I think Robbo's been averaging about a 6 for me over the last few games. And again, away, I just think his experience is important. You could put Costas in there, but I think he's a little bit more rash than Robbo personally. I do think this is a position that we need to strengthen in the summer. But right now, I'd have to stick with Andy Robertson personally, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, to come in on the right side of the defence. Into midfield now, and I could say to you, start with Toro Endo, but it won't happen. And it'd be a huge shock if he did do it. So I think we're probably going to see the midfield that you're expecting me to put out, which is Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. Now, there could be something to be said here for playing Curtis Jones and giving Maka a bit of a rest, maybe bringing him on for the last 30 and having an eye in the game against Newcastle. But once we get through these next 2 games, there is a bit of space then to have a breather, because the Reds don't play the following weekend in the Premier League because it's FA Cup weekend. So the lads will get a bit of an extended break there, a few extra days to recuperate. So for me, it's head down, get through these next 2 games and hope, fingers crossed, for no injuries, because these are the games and these are the reasons why so many of us were calling for an extra body in midfield in the summer and in the winter, so we don't have a situation where we're watching every Ryan Gravenberch move, hoping that we don't see any signs of strain or injury, because that really would derail the end to the season. So in midfield for me, Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. Still with me? Good, I hope so. Let's keep going. Go into the attacking end of the pitch now, and in the wide areas, I think you're going to see Luis Diaz on the left, because even though I forgot to mention it a couple of moments ago, Cody Gakpo has been ruled out of this game. My apologies for that one. I should have mentioned that a couple of moments ago. It's only just really remembered it there when I seen Luis Diaz pop up. The joys of content, folks. So Luis Diaz on the left-hand side, because Cody Gakpo won't be available. On the right-hand side then, Mohamed Salah. And through the centre, well, I have to stick by my word of saying I don't want Darwin to be starting and playing. I just don't. Nothing's going to change my mind on that. You won't see me say anything derogatory about the lad between now and the end of the season, but my feelings are clear. I don't want him out there. I can't trust his work rate and effort. So for me, it's got to be Diogo Jota. And again, I have my own questions around Diogo. You know, certainly missed a very good opportunity in the last game, and his form has been a bit up and down as well this season. But I honestly think that that's the best front three that we can go with at the minute. Again, you could make a shout for Federico Chiesa, you could make a shout for Harvey Elliott somewhere, but we know that Arne Slot isn't going to look to those guys. You haven't seen Chiesa get minutes, even in games where we've needed something to happen, like Aston Villa. I would happily give him some minutes, but I just don't see it going to happen here unless Arne surprises us all. So once again, for me, this is the 11 that I expect Arne to go with. Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the centre back positions. In midfield, Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister, and Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz up top. Now, I wouldn't mind if he puts in Wataru Endo. I would have no problem with that whatsoever. But this is the 11 I expect to see start the game at the weekend. Now it's over to you guys. I've just got to give you my score prediction, but I want to know your thoughts on my team selection. Let me know in the comments. So, in thinking about my score prediction for this one, I was looking at other people. Some people think Liverpool are going to win 3-1, 4-1. Others thinking Liverpool go there and get a comfortable 2-0. I just feel that this is going to be one of those nervy games again where we'll get into a position where we're in a commanding lead maybe, and then I think we'll concede some sloppy goals. So I've gone for this, a 3-2 victory. It's not what the ill heart would need. It's not what the butterflies in the stomach would need. But it is 3 points. And I would take it even if it does come through this way. So my prediction for this one is Manchester City 2, Liverpool 3. And us to get our title charge back on track. Over to you guys now. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. And I will see you tomorrow for the game. Starting from 3:15 right here. And appreciate your support as always, my friends. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.